Hi everyone, we're going to sketch the graph of this polynomial and determine the degree and fill out all this information. So if we look at this, this is x to the first power, this is to the first power, this is the first power. So to get the degree without having to put this in standard form, you just add these up. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, so n equals 3. We'll discuss n behavior in just a minute. We also know that it's negative here, so that's going to be important. Now, it has maximum turning points at our n, which is our degree, minus 1. So we can have at most 2 turning points. Our y-intercept is when x is 0. So if you plug in 0 here, you get negative 0 times 2 times negative 3. That's just going to be 0. So our y-intercept is at 0, 0. Now our zeros are when our y is 0. So if we have y is 0, what are our zeros? So this x could be 0, this x could be negative 2, and this x could be 3. So our zeros are at 0, 0, 0, negative 2, and 0, 3. Again, these are our x-intercepts. All right, we'll determine where our y is negative and positive after we graph it. So let's talk about n behavior. Our n behavior is going to be based on our degree, which is odd, and the fact that it's negative here. So let's look at that. So we have an odd, but it's negative. So we're in this realm. So since it's odd, it means it's, if you just graph negative x cubed, it would look something like this from your parent functions. So I know my n behavior, if we graph from left to right, we're going to be starting in quadrant 2, where x is negative and y is positive, and we're going to be ending our graph in quadrant 3, where x is positive, but y is negative. So that's where you get this information from. So just think about it as x gets bigger and bigger to the positive end. Our y is going to negative infinity if you look at a table of values. Also, as x gets negative or goes this way, some of the values here on the negative side, our y values are going to get positive. So that's all that means. All right. Now let's go ahead and graph this. Again, I forgot to write this down. So we have y equals negative x plus 2 times x minus 3. So let's plot our y-intercept as 0, 0. So is our x-intercept. And this one was negative 2. And this one was 3. All right. However, in this case, and they're all have this degree of 1 here. That means they all cross the x-axis. If this is an odd number, it crosses. If it was even, it would touch the x-axis. And we're not going to worry about our min and max on this. We're just sketching a graph. So say I have to start in quadrant 2. Now I'm not going to worry about how far to go down here. I'm just going to do that and come back up. I can cross because it's degree 1 at 0. Then I'm going to have to come back down somewhere. Again, I'm not going to worry about if this is accurate. I'm just putting it up there somewhere. And then we're going to go down here. Again, if you want to get these values, you could just plug in some of these values here and get some better grip of the curve there. So here we have our graph, a sketch of the graph. And we're going to determine where our f of x is negative. So that means where does it fall below this line? Y equals 0. Well, y is negative in here. So y is negative from negative 2 to 0. And y is also negative in this part. So that's from 3 to infinity. Now, where is my y positive? or f of x positive, well, that's going to be right in here. Y is positive or above this line from negative infinity to negative 2, and it's also positive right here, and that's from 0 to 3. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.